This is the moment that you all have been waiting for, the finale here in F1 2021 My Team Career Mode, part 15, but this is 16th round obviously here in Abu Dhabi. And if you're wondering why it's only part 15, because if you look back, I forgot to record the French Grand Prix, but that's already in the past, so let's move on. And you should stick to the end of the video as well, because this is one of the best, if not the best, races I've ever done in my entire life. Well, except for qualifying here, because I was so rusty that I was exceeding the track limits of every corner, and I've lost so many tenths. And here, this is my second lap, our one and only chance, with only now half a lap, just above half a lap of fuel. We are we are getting close to a tenth up as of now, so we are not improving that much, because I think sector 2, towards the start of sector 2. So now we are starting to improve our qualifying timing. And if you look at top left, Lance Stroll is having quite a bad day, especially this season. He's been pretty average, but I think his focus has been quite low, so it isn't good for the Canadian. But anyway, back to us. We're already we're 1.5 tenths up. As now we head down the final corner, we hit the apex this time. We gain almost up to 4.5 tenths of a second, but that is only going to put us up to P20, unfortunately. Valtteri Bottas takes pole, and I think Robert Schwartzman going to Q2, so improvements are starting to show, so it might be a good start to next season. But anyway, let's hope that we both finish this race and finish season 1 on a high.
It's the final chapter of the season then here at the spectacular Yas Marina circuit. It's a race where the pole sitter failed to finish in 3 of the first 4 events. A front row start here is by no means a guarantee of victory, so we go into battle once more as we get underway at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We have 21 corners here at the Yas Marina circuit, 12 to the left and 9 to the right. It's a total lap distance of just over 3.4 miles. There are 2 long back straights opening up some passing opportunities into the braking zones, and we expect average lap speeds of around 123 miles an hour. It's race day yet again, and joining me for a chat, Anthony Davidson. And our racers are certainly in for a rough day today. What will you be watching for as they go down into turn 1?
Well, the start of the race is always one of the most nerve-wracking parts. You have to hope that everyone is able to get off to a clean start, and this is possibly the trickiest part of the entire race. So many drivers in such a small space, and finding your braking point into turn 1 as well. It's a testament to the driver's skill that there aren't more incidents.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Bottas, Charles Leclerc and Sainz, Ricciardo, Gasly, Fernando Alonso and Sebastian Vettel, Raikkonen, Stroll, Robert Schwartzman and Giovinazzi. Norris, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Russell, Nicholas Latifi and the Black Mamba. Mazepin, Tsunoda, Ocon, they've taken a grid penalty, and Mick Schumacher. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
This is the final race of the season. Go out there and enjoy it.
Enjoy it, we shall, Jeff. Anyway, we're just gonna do the same thing, underfueling the car and changing the pit strategy whenever possible, but apparently that might not be the case, as now anytime now we should be heading into the race start for the finale of Abu Dhabi here. And it's pretty much like real life. Verstappen and Hamilton in contention for the title, like how they did back in the 12th of December. As anyway, here come the 5 red lights for the Yas Marina Grand Prix. We have waited for this day for quite a long time, and it's lights out and we are underway. Hamilton getting quite a good start, getting quite a good getaway. Verstappen is still side by side with him. As now we are going down the inside. Now with the Norris on turn 1, we make contact, but we are lucky to not spin, and Nikita Mazepin manages to overtake us on the outside. So now heading into turn 3, we are slowly catching up to the Russian as we make another dive bomb here into the left-right chicane of turns 4 and 5. But obviously that was removed because now we just have the hairpin of turn 5. But I don't think we'll see in this game. I repeated this quite a lot of times. I'm just saying in case you forget. As now we head down the main straight, Schwartzman and Lando Norris. They're still right behind me, and we are making it 3 wide only on the first lap. But Norris manages to break through, and we go down the inside as we're now 3 wide heading into the left-right chicane. And we try to go for the switchback, where we make contact with Nikita Mazepin by accident. I thought he wasn't there, but apparently the Russian's gonna have a bad day, and it's green flag. Obviously, he's just pegging down the order. As now we try to at least make some moves on Robert Schwartzman as he's side by side with Lando Norris as we go for the switchback move. Now heading into the next left-hander, but Norris manages to make the breakthrough in the McLaren. Obviously, he wants to make up as many positions as possible due to a grid penalty, and so many drivers are off position, if you know what I mean. Esteban Ocon in P20 and Stroll's already in P12 from P21 in just one lap. And pretty much that was all the action for the next few laps up into lap 4. There's yellow flags somewhere up in the left chicane, and Charles Leclerc is bogging down the order. He's bogging down the order as he is disqualified, or at least he had a component failure and he's out of the race. And we get quite a bit of a huge tank slapper heading into the next left-hander. As not a good day for the Ferrari, man, and especially not for Mazepin. As Tsunoda is starting to close up from behind, and I still can't catch up to Lando Norris, but George Russell is doing quite a good job in P13 for Williams, and the Alfa Romeos, Giovinazzi in P10 and Raikkonen in P12, they are improving a lot, so they might be our championship rivals probably somewhere in Season 3. As now we head towards the finish line, towards the end of lap 4, now into lap 5, as we fast forward to the hairpin at turn 7, I think that was. Now into lap 6, Tsunoda has DRS on me. He is now 4.5 tenths away from me, and he's slowly closing in, and thankfully I've saved up my ERS for this moment as we're now side by side heading into the left-right chicane. I tried going for the switchback, but Tsunoda took too much curb at the apex of the left-hander. But I managed to stay ahead, but unfortunately we don't get DRS, so Tsunoda still has a second shot. And not only that, we are going to box this lap, so we have to get into the pit lane as fast as possible in order to stay ahead of the AlphaTauri. As now we head into the left chicane, which is supposed to be the banking of turn 9. Tsunoda not that far behind, and I'm going everywhere. I'm going all over the place. I think mainly because of the tire wear and the high tire temperatures. My front tires were overheating as well. As now we head into the final few corners as we hit the wall, and Tsunoda manages to go for somewhat of a switchback move, but thankfully we don't have any damage as I could remember. As now we head into the pit box, and we can't do anything to catch up to the Japanese, so we have to get into the pits to change our tires as we almost lose the back end once again, as there are a couple of cars ahead of me. There's Russell, there's a McLaren, there's Stroll, there's Raikkonen as well. Heading into his pit box, and Stroll has come out right behind me, and I thought Raikkonen was gonna get hold up, but apparently he's not gonna be, so he stays ahead of me, so for the time being. As now we head down the pit exit, the underground pit exit, as now we head towards I guess you could say ground level on the track, as now we are trying to go long onto these medium stint tires, hopefully at least trying to finish in the points, as Robert Schwartzman obviously wasn't pitted, goes into P11 as we get again a huge tank slapper. So we had we don't have that much rear downforce, so I'm gonna have to increase it to maximum the next time I come here. So now at this point we are just trying to catch up to George Russell. Is 3.2 seconds away from me now, 3 and 1/3 of a second away from me as of now, as you can see on the time intervals. And not that much has happened, so we are fast forwarding to the end of lap 7, now into lap 8. Everyone is going into the pits. Schumacher, Latifi, Schwartzman, Tsunoda, Ocon, Giovinazzi, all heading into the pit lane. So we're making massive undercuts now heading into turn 3, where again the oversteer is not going to help us at all as we spin and we hit the wall. It's yellow flags now, and At this point, the full course safety car must be out. Definitely, there's a huge amount of debris on the track, and yes, the safety car is out, so the oversteer is not helping us at all. But we managed to at least stay ahead of both Haas's. As now we now have to head into the pit lane for our pit stop, our second ever pit stop onto the soft compound tires. So this is not ideal for us. Obviously now we're going to be dead last as Mazepin is now heading towards the final corner. You can see the minimap on the bottom left of the screen. As now we get a 7.9 second pit stop. Usually I would get 8.3 second pit stop, but 7.9 is very good. But we will have the advantage towards the end of the race because obviously everyone is on the mediums. So we should have a breeze going past them. So there will be a lot of overtaking action, I promise you. As we do also get rear wing damage as well, just to add. So again, rear downforce is going to be a huge problem as now Verstappen now leads the pack heading into the final corner. Will it be Verstappen who wins the race here in Abu Dhabi like how he did in real life, or will it be Lewis Hamilton who will do the job and take his 8th world title on the game? As now towards the end of the safety car is supposed to be green flags right around now as we're trying to make a move past Mazepin like how we did in Melbourne. As green flag as we go around the outside with better grip, better traction on exit, and we make the move. What we couldn't have done in Melbourne, we have done that here in Abu Dhabi. As now we're heading to turn 1. We are side by side with Mick Schumacher, squeezing him all the way to the track, all the way out onto the track limits. So obviously he's going to be complaining on the radio to his boss Gunther Steiner as now he tries to go around the outside into the left-right chicane. We make another overtaking move down the outside as Schumacher tries to go around the outside. We squeeze him once again. I didn't know that he was at that area at the point of time at the hairpin at the entry. So looking at the pack ahead, I can probably catch up to Raikkonen. P12 or P13 is the maximum I could do for this race. Obviously I can catch up to Lando Norris. He has a better car overall than mine. As now we head into the left chicane. We are still struggling to get past Nicholas Latifi. Obviously without the aid of DRS, heading into the second DRS zone. As I'm still struggling, as you can see on the visor cam. Sorry, on the onboard camera. Sorry. So now we head into the next left-hander. We are still struggling to get past Nicholas Latifi at this moment. He's obviously on more worn tires than me, and his tires obviously give less grip and less straight line speed on the mediums. So I'm still struggling to find a way to get past the Canadian, and we have to get past him as fast as possible if we want to catch up to Kimi Raikkonen as of now, as we are right behind his gearbox, and probably I could go for somewhat of a switchback move, and we do so as we are on the outside line on Nicholas Latifi. We are side by side, so we have to go around the outside heading into turn 1, and we have completed the job just on the track limit, and we managed to clear him before turn 3 where I span obviously, so we have to be careful on the throttle. We have to lift off just a little bit now heading into turn 4. Turn 5, there's a huge train of cars ahead as we now overtake Schwartzman at the apex of turn 6. So again we managed to finish our objective by going ahead of our teammate, as now our focus is on Yuki Tsunoda. Oh, and I forgot to add that Latifi also got a 5-second penalty because he might have, I think he collided with someone under yellow flags. So we are still trying to catch up to Tsunoda as there's a bit of a battle between Schwartzman, Latifi and Schumacher, as there were 3 wide for a point of time in the exit of the left right chicane. Now we head into the triple how do I call this, triple chicane I guess you call it, because it has 3 turns obviously. And Raikkonen seems to be forming a train of cars ahead. He's not that far. He is not that far ahead, so we are gonna gain a lot of time on Yuki Tsunoda. We might even go for the switchback like how we did on Latifi in the previous lap. Before the finish line, as now we head into the final 2 right corners. As now we head down the final corner all the way to the start finish straight, as now we got quite a good exit as we're now side by side with Yuki Tsunoda, this time giving him more space As Fernando Alonso always says that all the time you have to leave a space, so that was the first thing that popped up in my mind. As now we head towards the left-right chicane. Raikkonen still holding up everyone as I try to go around the outside of Esteban Ocon, our rival, our first ever rival. As now DRS is open, as you see the rear wing flap open, and this is pretty much a bad angle for racing because our focus is on Ocon as we try to go down the inside of the Frenchman, and we managed to do so. And we also get quite a good exit on Giovinazzi, now side by side with him. And now we're gonna make some of the three wide moment with Kimi Raikkonen and George Russell being the sitting duck. As I try to go down the inside, but the two Alfa Romeos beat me to it. Obviously, as when we never leave any space to Ocon, so we can't go for the switchback move like how I intended to. As again, all the time you have to leave a space, says Fernando Alonso, as we're right behind the gearbox of Kimi Raikkonen. As now Sergio Perez at the fastest lap, and I'm all over Raikkonen at this point of time as I go for the switchback move, like how I always do, put the Iceman under pressure as we go around the outside. That's a beautiful move, heading into the last lap of the race here in Season 1 of my team career mode. I expected P13, P12, but if I were to not overtake Giovinazzi and take P14, that would be a good finish to a race because we are a strong midfield team. And Sergio Perez takes a checker flag for the race, and there's yellow flags. I think that's Nicolas Latifi is a lap behind. As for I don't know why, I think he had a bit of some sort of a crash as we hit the curb, and we damaged the front wing and the rear wing a whole lot more as well. But at least we managed to finish the race here in 14th place.
Alright, I know it's been a rough year, but let's try to stay positive. Even the greats had some poor seasons, so we'll knuckle down over the winter and come back stronger next time.
And so the celebrations begin, and well earned they are indeed. It may have looked simple at times, but as any racing driver will tell you, competing at this level, at the very top, is anything but simple. There's no catching them now then. We have a new World Drivers' Champion. Victory today then, but bittersweet emotions I'm sure, as the championship slips through their fingers. Even so, what a fantastic final race of the season this was. Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Well, the safety car completely changed the race, didn't it? It's hard to say exactly what would have happened without it, but there's no question that they came out of that situation in a good position.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently. It's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be proud of the victory they secured here.
So, Sir Lewis Hamilton, the world champion. I think he was. Yeah, he was the world champion. Not real life, sadly, as we do improve our positions by a lot, and finishing 9th in our debut season as a new team for us. We nabbed quite a few points. Shortman has done the same thing too. So came into clutch, and I think he does deserve a seat for next season for given that's his hard work. And Alfa Romeo gets demoted to 8th by Alpine. And if you made it to the end of this video, thank you very much for watching to the end of this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on the notifications in order not to miss any future uploads. I'm the Fat Boy. Thank you for being with me towards the end of this season of my team career mode. I'll see you next time for pre-season. And yeah, that's it. Have a good day and goodbye. Ocon's gonna get slowed down as we go for a beautiful move around the outside.